Where we left off, we were talking about you closing out 2018, coming into 2019, and you and I linking up for the first time to have what she calls my best interview ever, right? So she probably going to trump that with this one. But I had an interview with her because I've been doing this for a while now, and we have an interview, we meet, and she says it was her best, that was my best interview. So now she studied me, she looked at everything before she went on the platform. What made you say it was the best interview?
It was our conversation. Side note, it was the best interview. But it was our conversation, Jay. It was our ability to connect. Both of you and I, of course, were doing music at the time. And so that was just, in addition to talking about business and books, we also had that connection where we were able to talk about music industry and music management, right? Having both managed artists. And so, that conversation was amazing, but, it spawned into something even more amazing. So, but yeah, I'm always going to say that was your best interview. Now, Inkpen Diva, I don't know, she creeping up in the close second, but it's not going to replace that very first time that we had a chance to connect in person.
Yeah, that was cool. We talked about a little bit in the part one about how we connected we're supposed to be talking about doing a book, but then I'm like, no, I think that you need to run with me. And then we talked about you saying that, you didn't think I was as busy as I was.
Gosh.
But once we kind of locked in that summer, that summer, because that was the beginning, that was January for chronological order. But and I had a real busy top of the year. But that summer, I think I came back from California, and we really needed to lock in on finishing I Won't Starve.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you were dealing. In that time frame, you were dealing. And so what was your mindset like? Because I feel like we were behind the 8 ball, because now we had a time, because we didn't really have a date before I left to go to California, but we had a date of November. We was working on I Won't Starve. The Experience was coming back up again in October. But you were dealing with some things in life. And one of the things I would bring up that I remember was that you were dealing with a social media crisis. Yeah. So what was going on with that, with, this tight deadline and or creeping up on us, and then all that other stuff happening in your personal life?
Yeah, it just seems as though whenever anything great is happening for me, there's so much other stuff happening behind the scenes. But if you were connecting me during that time on social media, I actually found myself the victim of a social media stalker. I didn't know who it was, still don't know who it was. Just all of a sudden one day, this fake, there are fake pages popping up all the time nowadays. But then, somebody like me who was already speaking, who had done their women's empowerment workshop, people know me in the book writing space, like never anything sinister going on. And then all of a sudden, whomever this person was created this fake profile on me. And then from there started contacting individuals that I was closely connected to. You were one of those people, reaching out, sending messages, using my pictures that I had posted, saying really negative things about me. So I was really struggling with that. I was scared. I remember calling the police and actually seeing if there was something that could be done, like from a cyber crimes perspective, but of course, having no physical proof, there wasn't anything that I could do. And then I was also preparing for a workshop. Yeah. You know what I mean? I was preparing for a Get Right and Get Published at the time in 2019, and I sold out workshop. And so, I was doing my thing. So it was a struggle, because we did still have this amazing project that we were working on in the process of producing. Now we did have a deadline at that point. So I needed to be focused, but it was hard for me to be focused, especially around the time that you came back, because I was still very actively dealing with that situation. So.